Well, hello again. My name is Marcus,
And I am Debbie.
and you are listening to Discussions.
Discussions.
So, I have a bee in my bonnet.
What is your bee in your bonnet?
The bee in my bonnet is people who don't know how to do their job when they should.
Okay, define. Are we talking like fast food servers? Are we talking
Yes.
hospital workers?
Yes.
Are we talking school employees?
Okay, all right. Here it is. This is what I'm talking. I'll start this one out, but then I do have a good thing to bring up because the place where we went to go eat at today. What I'm talking about is this. Okay, people know that I'm working on my prereqs for nursing, and I got another podcast, standardized testings.
Oh, that's
So,
a whole. Don't open that can of worms right now.
So I gotta take the TEAS test.
Oh no! I said don't open that can of
No,
worms.
but this is the point. Because I talked to the office today.
Okay.
So anyway, I got to take this TEAS test. And basically, it's like a placement test, math, reading. So, but now they have it opened up to where you can take it, where they can proctor online, basically take over your computer and watch you take it, which I'm all game for that. Or you can do it in person at the campus, which I don't have time to do because
you work.
Well, no, because one of my yes, I work, but one of the classes that I take on Thursday is all day, and I can't get out enough to drive 2 hours away to take the test at that campus. But anyway, the thing about it is there's a company that you can take it through, which is $115 per test, or we were told that you can do Proctor online through my school, and it's $80. Well, that's no brainer. I want to do the $80 one. So I'm online. I'm on the phone, and I'm online with my counselor today. We're kind of hashing out some things, about applying for school and such. And I brought that up, and she goes, "Oh, really?" She goes, "I think I heard something about that." And this is not towards her. She's not in charge of the testing center. So we get online. We're going through the TEAS test, and she's looking at it too. She goes, "I don't see where the $80 test is." So she goes, "Well, there's a number you can call for the testing center." I had it already written down. I said, "I'll handle it from here." So I get on there, I call, this lady answers the phone, and we're talking about it. And she goes, "Oh yeah." She goes, basically what it boils down to, I guess the number that I called did not go to the testing center, but it went to another part of the testing center, but the one who doesn't handle like the proctoring test. And she goes, "Well, someone's proctoring a test now, but then the rest of us who works here, they're out on some kind of school retreat or something." And so this woman she goes, basically said, "You know what? I heard something about that, but I really don't know anything about on how to get that or how to do that or where to go online for it." So I said, "I'll call back tomorrow and find out, who to talk to figure this out here." And so that's my gripe right there. You know what? You're in the testing center and you don't know how to do your job. You don't know how to, this is a very important.
So everybody else in the whole building that would have had the answers and they left you behind that has no answers.
Well, that number was forwarded to her phone for some reason, because I guess everyone is out of the building.
And they left the one chick that has no clue behind. Apparently that's why they went on the retreat, because they left her, because she doesn't know anything.
I'm telling you. You know what? People don't know. People don't, I couldn't even tell you the last time I went to like a McDonald's or anything like that, because I've given up on them. Given up on them. People don't, they don't care. The only one that really has it down, Chick-fil-A.
That's true.
They got it down.
When the whole world order collapses, they're going to be calling Chick-fil-A managers to have them reassemble the whole world.
Oh, they could. Just the drive-through. I still don't know how they do that drive-through, and people push through there.
It's a finely tuned system.
Let me tell you something. It is crazy, but they got it down. They know
how to do their job. It's like, what's his name? He says you had one job. You had one job.
One job.
And you couldn't do it.
And you couldn't do it. Exactly. But they have fine-tuned it right down to there, but it's just taking pride in your work. Or maybe this lady should have said, you know what? Can I have your information and let me ask around? If anything, I can at least email you.
I will find the answer.
Exactly. What else are you doing just answering phones?
Well, she's like everybody else is on a retreat. They
No.
left me behind.
She's not on the retreat.
They didn't invite her.
I guess maybe she really didn't get the memo. Maybe someone didn't do their job and told her about it.
Maybe she drew the short straw.
Maybe she walked in the office and said, "Where's everybody at?"
And they left a note on retreat.
On retreat. Who goes on a retreat?
Answer the phones.
Who goes on a retreat on a Monday? On a Monday, because hey, they don't got nothing goes on Friday at this campus because everything's shut down to begin with.
They're like, hey, let's not invite so and so because she's going to show up, and then we know who's going to have to answer the phones.
Oh, I'm guessing so. But it's like that in a lot of places. Not even with fast food. I mean, I'm just giving up on McDonald's, all those places. Cause
no, you know what irritates me is the people that say they know how to do their job, but then do everything else but their job.
Exactly.
That's my biggest beef, is the ones that come to work and they will spend the whole day griping and complaining about their job that they can never get done, but yet they seem to be able to fill their entire day with a bunch of other stuff, which I don't understand what it is.
I think I know what job you're talking about. But you can do all the jobs.
I can do all the jobs, and I can do my job, their job, and everybody else's job, and still get it done in the same amount of time. But they come in, and they're so busy with everything, but yet they can never seem to complete their job. They can be on their phone, they can be talking to coworkers, they can be running back and forth to everybody's offices, they can be, and they always give the appearance. That's what I love about people that can't do their own job, is they always give the appearance that they're so overwhelmed in whatever it is that they're doing, but it's never in doing their own job. They're just overwhelmed in general, and then they want everybody to feel sorry for them, and they want everybody to help them out, and basically what they do is they make the appearance that they're so overwhelmed that everybody feels obligated to help them do their job, and then of course that in turn makes everybody do not only their job but this person's job, and then that person never actually completes the job. But yet, I don't know. It's like this vicious circle of everybody's pulling their weight except for you, or and I'm not talking about somebody who's a new employee that's just learning the job. This is somebody who's been there for a really long time, and at this point in your life, you should either know what you're doing or somebody should get rid of you. But of course, we're in a crisis now. Nobody wants to work, so we keep holding on to those crappy employees because somebody's got to fill that seat.
Well, it's like today. Now, here's on the opposite side. So I went to go meet a friend over in Columbia today, and I took him out for lunch. So I said, "Where you want to go?" I goes, "I'll take you anywhere." They're like, "I want to go to Smash Burger." And I'm like, "I never been to a Smash Burger place."
It's flat burgers.
It's a burger.
That's why it's called Smash Burger.
But they are freshly smashed that day. So we walked in, and wasn't a lot, and it was like right at 12. And this is a very busy part of Columbia, and like not a lot of people in there, which is, I don't care. So we get there, we're looking. I'd never seen the menus before, and I had the brisket. The brisket sandwich was really good.
You go to a Smash Burger and you get a brisket?
Well, we just had hamburgers the other night. So
who goes to a Smash Burger and gets a brisket?
Don't be
that's a whole nother
don't be
story.
a smash. You're just being a smash hole.
That's my word.
No.
Okay.
So anyway, the guy's behind the counter, and I'm afraid he's not from here. He's, I just tell by his accent, 2 workers in the back, classic workers, young kid, half the side of his neck, I'm not kidding you, covered. Who does hickeys these days? Covered.
So 70s.
Covered in hickeys. Then I'm thinking, okay, well, someone's getting some. And and then there's a guy back in the back who's cooking. But I could tell he is there. I mean, come to find out he's the manager. I'll tell you the story behind that. But he's like, "Come here, I want to show you this." And he's showing them things on how to work and how to do things. And this guy is hustling because then you got like Grubhub coming in,
Yeah.
picking up orders. I mean, this guy's busy, but I tell you, the place was clean, and we got done eating. And I asked my friend, goes, they mentioned something about having a milkshake. I said, you want a milkshake? Sure. So we get a milkshake, and I'm talking to him. I said, you've been like working here long? I said, do you own the place? He goes, no. He goes, I've been here for 4 months, but he goes, I'm the general manager here because I'm looking to open up my own restaurant over in Elgin. And we're talking. He's from Puerto Rico, moved over from California, and that's a whole other conversation. Very seldom you see a strong conservative
From California.
California. Oh man, that's a whole nother. He just went on a huge rant about how better it's much easier here and everything. But he was just talking about, he goes, it's hard to find work. He goes, I'm constantly, you just tell he just takes pride in his work. And we had a big long talk about him wanting to, open up this restaurant. It's a Mexican restaurant over in Elgin. In my mind, I'm like, that's what we need is another Mexican restaurant. But they're easy to do, I guess. But you can just tell that he took pride in his work. He knew the job. He was showing the guy cooking in the back. He was probably in his maybe 40s, but he did a good job. And his young kid here, who was Hickey boy, full of hickeys.
Captain Hickey.
I'm telling you, he was Captain Hickey there. And so
you must be in love with a Hoover.
I'm telling you, that curling iron gets you every time, don't it? It just burns that neck. You shouldn't be curling that hair.
Maybe he's trying to give the appearance that he has a girlfriend, and he just went overboard a little bit.
Or maybe he did cupping. Maybe he has some neck pain.
Maybe. And
he puts those little cups on his neck that, release the pain out of his neck. Who knows? But anyway, it was just good to see. This guy knew how to do a job. He knew customer service. He was taking pride in the work he was showing.
He's got that many hickeys. Apparently he does.
No, not him.
Oh, other
general manager. Man, he was really doing a good job. So there are some that are out there that's really trying to do well.
And it's like, we went to a home supply or builder supply place the other day, and we had gone and we had bought some plants, and the girl that was scanning us, I was watching her scan. And I said, I watched her, and I said, you scanned that twice. No, I didn't. I said, yeah, you did. You scanned that twice. No, I didn't. I only scanned it once. So okay, well, I'm not going to fight with you on it. So she, checks this out, whatever. I get the receipt. Sure enough, she scanned it twice. And I went back and I said, we only got one of these, not two. You scanned us, twice for us. And the other girl that was working with her said, don't worry, I'll just, credit it back. So, and on my way out, I didn't realize I meant to go to the outdoor section where they had more plants. So I went out there because I was looking for a particular plant, and I found it. So while Marcus was loading the car, I grabbed the plant and I went back in, and I was, I walked right past her because I checked out in the outdoor area, and I'm standing there with my plant on the counter as she's standing on her phone, checking her phone. And I was like, she saw me walk past her with a big plant in my hand, and, it's like, excuse me, I don't want to interrupt your phone time, but can I buy this, and she was like, oh, yeah, hold on 1 second. And then she continued on her phone. I was like, okay, well, whenever you're ready, I'm ready,
That's big box stores.
Well, it's because we're so desperate for employees that we take, there's no, you remember growing up and having that threatening feeling that you're going to get fired, we don't fire people anymore. We put a note on their paperwork, but we don't ever fire people anymore, because they probably have some sort of reason why they're a crappy worker, or, we're just trying to give everybody a chance. We're just trying to train everybody. I'm from old school. Don't fire them. They'll learn real quick how to do their job.
Or you get yelled at really bad.
Yeah. Or get really... Yeah, I've been yelled at
I've been yelled at. No, I'm talking about my high school job. Oh, Dennis Denmark. Ooh. He would bite. And they even cuss me out, man. He go, why did you doing that, Marcus? Beep, get the hell out of here. Get back there.
Well, that's also an ethnic trait, because I can tell you our two kids have worked for the same Asian person, and she has no problem chewing those two out when they screw up. And I'll tell you what, she's put them in tears before. But you know what? It makes them extra conscientious about how they perform their job. You know what? I am in the firm belief that everybody needs a good, a ASS chewing out once in a while, just to remind you that you are not above.
If it's needed, give it.
Like,
if it's needed,
yeah,
give it.
and I mean, I don't know.
It is. Well, I'm in the medical profession. Let me tell you something. You can't hide from that. You may have some mistakes you do, but sooner or later you're going to get caught. You either get called, you get turned in, or the ER.
I'm not saying that you're never going to make mistakes, because I can tell you in any profession that I've been in here, an honest mistake, or if you've given, everybody makes mistakes, or everybody says sometimes the wrong thing. That's part of the learning process. That's not at all what I'm talking about, because with mistakes you should become better at what you do. If you aren't constantly improving yourself, don't ever be so cocky. I don't care how long you've worked in a place. Don't ever be so cocky that you think that you can't make a mistake, because that's your first mistake. And I'm of the generation of belief that, I am constant, and you are too. We're always taking classes. I'm always listening to lectures. I'm always listening to podcasts. I'm listening to YouTube, people. It's like I'm trying to constantly better myself just for my own personal benefit. But am I going to make mistakes at my age? Absolutely, 100%. And that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about people who just have no desire to gain the responsibility of their job, or learn how to do their job, or they're okay with constantly blaming everybody else for why they can't do their job.
That's the big thing.
Or guilting people into doing their job for them. That's the kind of stuff that I'm talking about. Is like, it's not the honest mistakes. It's the people that make it a mastery to not learn their job, but then blame everybody else, or con everybody else into doing their job just so that they don't have to do it, because they know that they're not going to get fired, because we just don't fire people anymore. When's the last time you heard of somebody getting fired?
I don't know. Well,
people quit before they get fired.
That's true. Well, I know of one that he get fired, but then I hired him back. But anyway, and he went right back into
sorry, not sorry.
I'm guessing.
Okay, we're gonna fire you to teach you your lesson, but in 6 months we're gonna hire you back.
We're gonna hire you back. We're gonna throw you right back in the same clique.
You know why? Because we can't hire anybody else, because nobody else wants to work.
That's true.
So,
that is true.
I don't know. I guess it's one of those things. If you're gonna get a job, I don't care if you make $10 an hour or $50 an hour. Do it to the best of your ability. Take responsibility for it and own it. Whether you're going to be in this job for 5 years, 6 months, or 30 years, and nobody stays in jobs for 30 years anymore.
You own that hamburger.
That's right. By golly, you own it.
You own that tater tots.
Hey, I worked at McDonald's many, many moons ago, and I'll tell you what, I was the best drive-through order person that there was, and I loved working drive-through.
How much food did you give away? Free? A lot.
I didn't give food away free.
To your friends, because you didn't throw any extra burgers in the bag.
No. That was at the end of the day when we were trying to take inventory, and we'd be like, okay, we're getting ready to close the shop. Oh, wait, we've got 25 burgers we still got on here right before we close. We're going to have to write those off.
However you do it there.
Hey, when you're 25 burgers on a Friday night, going to your friend's house, you are the king.
Oh,
you did your job right.
I used to deliver pizza for like a personal, like a mom and pop pizza place, and I found out what parties are, and I would make a couple extra pizzas and go back to the party. But here I am. I was everybody's friend.
But I'll tell you what, even when I worked for tips doing my newspaper route when I was like in 6th grade, yeah, those kids, 6th grade kids nowadays, they don't know what it's like to work. But yeah, I mean, I always, made sure I put it, the paper on the right place and I got the really good tips and, it was just that extra.
Get the tip.
I got the tips.
Good going.
I know.
Good for you, Debbie Do-Good.
I know. I worked a lot of jobs before I, made it out of high school.
So did I.
Yep.
And look at me now. I'm in charge of the fry cook now.
You're Fry Boy.
I'm Fry Boy. All right, anything else?
Nope. That's all I got.
That's all I got. Well, same here. I'm kind of talked out right now.
You're never talked out. But we'll call this one quits. Just for you.
Just for me?
Yep.
Thanks.
Well, this is Discussions. Thank you to listening to
Marcus
and Debbie.
All right. Y'all have a good one.